Hey, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be reviewing Bully by Ye today. And this is Ye's first solo album in almost 5 years. And let's be honest, it's been a tumultuous few years for Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. So the Vultures era was terrible. The Cuck era was even worse. And I really had no interest in this album as it was coming out, but it actually did surprise me. And this album's rollout has been on and off for forever. And the singles were all boring and unfinished. There's heavy use of AI. And, I mean, Kanye's anti-Semitic rampage lost him a lot of fans. But he seems to be on a better path as of recently. He apologized. And, yeah, so I started listening to Kanye in 2021. And I've listened to over 85,000 minutes of Kanye since then, and he's my top artist by a pretty large margin. So yeah, I'd like to dig into this album, really give my thoughts, and we'll start off with the first track being King.
She has named you the king.
So first track here, I think there's some great energy on this song, and I was honestly surprised on first listen. There's a pretty standout instrumental and sample. And I really loved seeing Ye seem hungry on a song for the first time in a while, right? It's definitely a great opener, though I'm not really a big fan of the fact that he already had a song called King and now he's making another. That is a bit confusing, but it's okay. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty good opener that had me interested in the rest of the album. And you know, that iconic line at the end, you know what season it is. I mean, that definitely had me hooked to hear what was to come. Well, unfortunately, the next song, This Is a Must, came, and I'm going to talk about that now.
Graduation days, I was coming for the glory then. Blessings rain then pouring in.
So, this is a pretty weak song to follow the opener. I mean, I was not a fan of this song at all on first listen, and though it has grown on me a bit, the instrumental is still pretty boring. I mean, this song is just boring overall. I like his flow, but it's just pretty forgettable, this song. It's very short, and it kind of just feels like it ends out of nowhere. It never goes anywhere. I'll listen to this song when I'm listening to the album, but I probably won't really be going back to it on its own. So moving on to the next song. This is the most popular song on the album so far, and it is Father featuring Travis Scott.
I just want to say thank you, Lord.
So, I'm coming out the gates saying this song is overrated. While I think the sample is good, I'm really not a fan of the instrumental as a whole. I think it's a bit too harsh on the ears. And Ye and Travis's verses are just boring to me. They each have one verse, and I just really think the song is overhyped because Travis is on it. Also, the mixing, Ye's verse is super quiet. It is not like I just don't like listening to the song. And Travis's flow strongly resembles his flow in Modern Jam. I don't think that's an issue, just a comment. But yeah, just really not a big fan of this song either. So on to the next, All the Love. This is probably the best received song on the album thus far. Though I don't think it's the best song on the album personally. I can see why people really like this song. It's got a great instrumental. It's got a pretty good vocal performance from Ye, and I do like the Vocaloid parts from Andre Troutman. And yeah, it's got a pretty good song length, and it really lets the song build over time, and that is one of its biggest strengths, because a lot of the songs on this album suffer from just being way too short. So yeah, it's definitely one of the better songs in the album, just not my personal favorite. But we'll move on to a song that I actually like more, which is Punch Drunk.
This time we taking over, out of space going solar.
This song has some great production, and I really love the sample. It was either produced or co-produced by Northwest. I just know that she had something to do with the production, and that's pretty cool. I really do like the production on this song. And I love Ye's flow on this song. It's just one of the most fun songs on the album overall. It's still pretty short, That is a big problem with the album for me, but I feel like it's more acceptable on this song in specific because that kind of like fits with the vibe of it. And I just feel that the end drags for a bit too long. I usually skip like the last 30 seconds where it's just instrumental. But yeah, this is my most listened to song off the album. I always listen to this song in the shower, and it's super catchy. I think this is a great song. Yeah. So moving on to next, Whatever Works.
Had to change of heart, I felt different at first. Lot of pain, lot of hurt, but still could have been worse.
Guys, say hello to another fucking short song, because Jesus, like, there's way too many short songs in this album. But yeah, this is a cool callback to early Kanye with the Chipmunk Soul sample and similar flows to the College Dropout and Late Registration. But that's really all I have to say about this song. It just feels like... It feels like a cheap appeal to fans of older Kanye music, and I really love early Kanye. The College Dropout is my favorite album, just overall, favorite album of all time. And I was really excited about the song the first time I heard it. Like, I was like, oh, he's got like that same sound, like he's back in his bag, but it's lost its merit to me. Overall, it's just another kind of boring song to me, and just feels like a cheap knockoff of what he used to really thrive in. And okay, next song, Mama's Favorite.
Only child, mama's favorite.
This song is just fine. It's kind of bleh. Nine Vicious has some albums on this song, which is kind of funny. And I do like his ad-libs. And I think this song has potential, but again, it's just too short. And then a good chunk of the song is taken up by a Donda clip. And it just, to me, just feels like a throwaway Donda track, and that's it. I have nothing else to say about this song, so I'll move on to the next one, Sisters and Brothers. The song's got a pretty cool instrumental, and I don't have much more to say about it. Like, Ye's performance is so boring, and he just seems so uninterested in the song, and he seems pretty uninterested in about half the songs on this album. And that's all I have to say. Again, these two songs, actually these last three songs really, all pretty boring. Just no interest in listening to them. But next song, Bully, is a lot better. So yeah, as I said, the song's a lot better. I think this is a great title track. I really love the instrumental for the song. It's super unique. And I feel songs like Bully and King really define the sound for this album. And Ye's doing something new here, but a lot of the other songs on this album kind of sound like lifeless callbacks to his past albums, such as Whatever Works and Mama's Favorite. I really love CeeLo Green on the refrain. And there are some great Ye verses and performances on this song overall. And he definitely seems a bit more interested here in actually, you know, singing and rapping and making a song. So yeah, overall, pretty strong track, and it's definitely stand out for me. Next song though, Highs and Lows. Okay, so I have to say, the leak of this song was pretty great, but I really do not like this released version. I understand the sample couldn't get cleared, but this version is just bad. Like, flat out bad. I'm not a fan of the instrumental. It is way too over the top and grandiose for this song. And I hate the drums, or the bangs, or whatever the noises are. I don't really know, like, the music jargon. I don't know. But for like instruments, but like the ban dan 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 dan, like, oh my god, it's like the first time I heard the song, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I really don't like the song, and Ye's performances are not great. And I know this might be another fan favorite, but and this might be a hot take. This song just sucks. To me, it sucks, and I have nothing more to say. So moving on to a better song. I Can't Wait. This is another highlight for me. It's got a pretty good energy from Ye on the song, and I love the sample and the instrumental. It's super catchy. This is definitely top 3 on the album for me. And yeah, there's a great chorus, great song production, and songs like this where Ye really seems hungry and like looking to give a good performance. It gives me hope for the future of his career. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the song. Great song overall. Moving on to the next, White Lines. Meh. This track is just meh. I mean, it's nothing crazy. Ye singing is pretty nice on the song, I will say. But again, the song is just boring, and just like many of the other songs lack from just being boring. There's more Vocaloid features from Andre Troutman, which is cool, and the interpolation of a Talkbox Close to You performance by Stevie Wonder. Sure. I don't really care about that too much, but the end of the song is kind of cool and cinematic. That's all I have to say. Next song, Circles.
Oh Lord, I can miss this. Oh Lord.
This song also sucks. This is the worst song on the album. This is such a disappointing usage of a great sample. I mean, you know some other songs that use this song. One Beer and Odd Toddlers. Those are 2 great songs. And I was pretty excited to see Kanye use the same sample on this track, but it's so disappointing. This song is just unfinished. The vocal effects sound terrible. The instrumental is just flat out bad. And the original Don Toliver performance was genuinely laughable. I mean, it was clear it just wasn't finished. And the updated version, though, I mean, it is marginally better. I saw some people online saying that he, like, fixed the song. It's not fixed. The song still sucks. And, again, it is too short. This is an easy skip for me. Skipping on to the next song, Preacher Man. This was the lead single for the album. The original song had heavy usage of AI, but the vocals have been re-recorded for the album release. And I love the sample and the instrumental on the song. But, and there's nothing too offensive here. I mean, it's just a pretty solid song. Though I will say the second chorus into the second verse is very strange. Like, you can tell the vocals are recorded at a different time. And it just flows very weirdly in the song. Just like, the way he sounds just completely changes. And it's just... It was a bit jarring the first time I heard it, and it still is jarring on any listen. Though, despite that, I really do like the second verse, and I'm glad that he re-recorded. There's no more... Yeah, there is like a lack of AI on this song now, which is great. And there's a pretty catchy chorus, and the ending of the song is incredible. I love it. Like, the ending of the song is really good. I think that's definitely like the highest point for me. Though... Again, I mean, that's where Ye is not singing or rapping. It's just the instrumental, and I think the instrumental definitely carries the song. But yeah, it's a pretty good song overall. It just could be mixed better. Though, could probably say that about a majority of these songs. Almost all of them. So, next song, Beauty and the Beast.
It's been a long time coming.
This is another single for the album. Preacher Man and Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast are kind of a package deal in my mind. Pretty much has the same praises and complaints for both songs for me. Though I think the song is just flat out worse. The song also originally had AI vocals, but they were re-recorded. And though they still don't sound great, Ye sounds so uninterested, and when I was listening to this album for the first time, I was like, geez, like, it just sounds so out of it, like, it just does not want to do this. Yet again, the song is too short, and it just goes nowhere. There's no verses, just a chorus and a pre-chorus that gets repeated, and it's a boring song. I know people like the song, but it's boring. It did have potential, and I was hoping that when this song was released on the full album, it would be longer, have some verses, but no, same thing, just re-recorded the vocals. So, yeah, that's about it for this song. On to the next, Damn. This is another single, and all the singles are put in a row towards the end of the album. But I really have barely anything to say about this song. It's just so boring. The vocals sound pretty bad. They might be AI. I really don't know. They sound AI. And it's just the boring instrumental. This song is just fucking boring. I have nothing else to say. I'm moving on to the next, which is Last Breath. This is the final single on the album, though this time Peso Pluma was added for some reason, and I really don't need to hear him on this song. I also don't need to hear Ye on this song either. I don't want to hear Ye struggling to sing in Spanish. This song just sucks. I don't like Peso Pluma on the song. I don't like Ye on the song. It should have been scrapped. And my only praise for this song is the horns in the instrumental are super catchy. And when I heard it, like when the single was released, I was pretty excited for the full version. But this song, like, honestly, I think the fully released version is even worse than the original somehow. This is just another instant skip for me. So now we're going on to the closing track, this one here.
To waste no time.
So as I said, this is the closing track for Bully. And I have heard that this song uses AI vocals, which is super disappointing because I actually really like this song. I think this is a great closer, and I love, like, the little refrain, this right here is papa. Like, I think that's pretty catchy. I like it. It's got a great instrumental, great song production, and it's over 3 minutes long. It's not less than 2 minutes long. That's great. I'm really glad. But if it really is Ye singing on the song and not just AI, I would say it's a pretty good performance. I mean, shit. If this song is AI, they use a pretty good AI for this song. But just overall, definitely could be mixed better. But it's a fun closer. And I like the end to the song. It's a nice, grandiose end. And just, like, kind of nice end to the album as a whole. And hopefully this gets updated with real vocals if they are AI, but I highly doubt it. And, you know, you got people saying, oh, they're going to update the album. They're going to update the album. It's going to be better. It's going to be like The Life of Pablo. We just don't need it. I think we can leave it as this and just move on to whatever comes next, because I don't need to hear more of this album. So, on to the closing thoughts.
They hate to see the system actually figured out. They want you caught up in distraction.
Overall, I don't really think this is a great or even finished album by any means. People are overrating the shit out of this on Twitter, and I really do not understand it. But less about the hate, more about my praises. I do think the album has its merits. There are a couple great songs on here, and the full listening experience isn't terrible by any means. I mean, I enjoyed the album first listen through, and I've listened to it a couple times since it came out. There's just a couple songs that are just flat out bad, and that sucks. But there are some great songs, and I think that definitely brings the album experience up a notch. So, though this album most definitely falls off in the second half. Like, geez, the second half is pretty bad. But I see this as a step in the right direction for Ye, but I can't see myself coming back to it too often in the future. I've been listening to it a good amount since it came out not too long ago, but in a year time, I really don't think I'm going to be listening to it. It's pretty much going to fall in the same basket as Vultures did for me. I'd never listen to that album anymore. Vultures 1 and 2, never. But yeah, overall, I think this might even be a little generous, this score, but I'd give this album a 5.5 out of 10. And I originally had it at a 6, but writing out my opinions on all these songs really made me realize that some of these songs really suck. But yeah, just overall, step in the right direction, but just not a good album. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Bully. If you guys have any other albums that you want me to review, leave in the comments, and I'll definitely respond. Alright, thanks for watching.